Start her up.
Hey guys, George here, back in another.
Whoa! What are those things? Livestream. Hey, good to be back with you. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been. It's been.
A lot of neat things going on here in the GFW trains world.
Yeah.
We've been busy doing lots of train things.
Yeah.
A lot of neat stuff. In fact, we came in hot this evening. Hot. And had about 15 minutes to get out of the car, into the basement, get the stream going. And it was kind of funny. George was just sitting here watching me because I totally forgot how to get the OBS software and everything rolling for the stream. So right now we're rolling blind. I don't have my stream up on the television like I usually do.
Yeah.
There we go. Every time George says yeah, that's a new one. We're gonna have to take a drink.
Is that the new game?
I think so, George. You're done with saying cab forward all the time now. So every time George is like yeah. Bottoms up, everybody. Bottoms up. There you go, right there. Bottoms up. We came in so hot, I don't even have myself a little bit of iced tea this evening. So George, has been like
a hot minute.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been on here. So why don't you tell everybody about what we've been doing?
So we went to St. Louis and we went to the museum, or the National Museum of Transportation, and yeah, we had a good time there. We also went out to Train Town, which we did a video on.
So let's back up a little bit, George. Tell me a little bit about the Museum of Transportation. What was that all about?
So the Museum of Transportation was, or is a museum down in St. Louis, Missouri, or outside St. Louis, and they have a really cool collection there. They have the last surviving Y6, or Y6A. They have a big boy there, big boy number 4006, which is kind of cool because that's the big boy I got.
Right. No, that's awesome. George, let's move up a little bit. I got everything rolling here with the stream. How are we doing on sound? We 5x5 on sound. If somebody could let me know how we're doing on sound, I'd appreciate that. So, anyway,
But yeah, we went out there. They have some really cool
so they've got a lot of neat trains there, right, George?
Yeah, a lot of cool trains.
So they had the big boy 40,006.
They had the Y6 or Y6A. They had the last surviving bipolar, which is kind of cool. They have
what was that? Texas. That Texas was amazing.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was.
So we had a Santa Fe, Texas. Took some pictures of that. Put that up on the Discord, right?
Yeah, Nita. With Anita there, that was kind of cool. Those are really good pictures. Then we saw the Mohawk too, the L2D.
Right. So there's a lot of neat, and the Aero train was out there.
Oh yeah.
And then what the other one was, the GS4?
GS6.
GS6. Can't mess up your GSs.
Yeah.
The GS6 was the one with the roller bearings, wasn't it?
I don't know the difference.
But it was good to be out of the house.
Potatoes.
Right. So then we did that, and then after that we went over there went to Train Town. Why don't you tell everybody about what Train Town was about?
Train Town's probably got the coolest selection of poster items you can buy. We went there and we had a good time, and it was.
So it's outside of St. Louis, right?
Yeah,
and it's literally a train store, right?
It's like a train store. Yes, it's not a hobby shop. It's a train.
It's literally a train store,
dude, and it's like the best. I mean, I don't know. It's like St. Louis's version of Denny's trains and things, you know?
Sure. Right. I mean, they had
Denny's is all gauges, or they're just strictly low gauge.
And it's mostly pre and post war, right?
Yeah, they have a little bit of modern stuff, but I mean, they they don't like to mess with that because they do.
Well, they take it in trade, and then they
Yeah.
sell it for pretty moderate prices too, because they're able to get it for a good price,
Yes.
and sell it for a good price, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was they had some pretty good deals out there. Picked up a couple of things.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it was really cool. And then we found out about a layout. Well, I knew about the layout before, and I forgot it was in St. Louis. But it's on Instagram. If you go to the greatest O scale or greatest _STL _O scale railroad, they'll come up by this guy. His name is Kyle Faintage, and he's got the coolest O scale layout ever. I think he's about 16 or 17. I mean, 17 or 18. And man, he's got collections that like people dream of. I mean, he's all modern O gauge. He strictly does legacy. He strictly only does legacy engines. He has a couple of TNCC engines, but everything he's got is legacy. I mean, as soon as the next, if it hasn't come out in legacy, he has it in TNCC. Just put it that way.
Yeah.
When it comes out in legacy, he will get it.
He had quite the collection of equipment and a layout that was simply amazing. And that was in St. Louis.
Especially for being 18,
Is that how old he was?
Yeah.
18 years old.
Yeah.
So we're going to be putting out a video on that one soon.
Yeah.
And that should be a neat one. That should be a neat one.
Really, really nice guy. He's got open houses on the first Sunday of every month. But though he hasn't had one in quite a while due to coronavirus.
What was his name, George?
His name's Kyle Faintage.
Yep.
And he's really, really nice guy. And yeah, really impressive layout. Let's put it that way.
It was nice. It was a great visit. We had a chance to video that. Can't wait to share it with everybody. Another one of those young guns in the hobby. It's so neat to see all these young guns, the next gen guys, kind of coalesce together and everything like that. So, but good to be back on, right? We share all this stuff, lots of neat things going on. I'm watching the stream here, a lot of the usuals on it. We got Stephen Covero here, we've got Humanity Junction, we got 27. So it's good. I'm so thankful that everybody's got that. I actually thought we'd come on and we'd be forgotten. Just because
I thought we'd have at least like 13 people.
No, so it's really cool to see this, see everybody come back on. I'm seeing all the familiar names from Humanity Junction, Texas Train Master, Ours Trains here, of course. Ours Trains, checking out.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I was out rail fanning today. We're wearing this stuff.
I forgot my shirt.
Yep.
But I got it.
But I'm telling you, I'm going to cover for George on this one.
I wore like...
He wore it all the time when we were down there in St. Louis,
oh, yeah.
one. And two, we literally just came back. We were out
for every single day of the week.
we were out at Prairie State doing things.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's get back to our usual format. What are we running here today, George?
So we're running the 844 and the Y3. The Pennsylvania Y3, and I got a really long train behind it. But just to show you guys what I got at Train Town, got a PFE car.
George is into those PFEs.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. Kind of excited about that.
Got that on the train rolling, right, George?
Oh yeah. There we go. All right, we're back.
Cool. Well, hey, let's check some people in. We got Ours Trains first in the house. We did a little bit of stream swapping here. I know I had put up a different stream, but that was because I had totally forgot. I was totally off the rails today with putting up the stream or setting it up. And so I was out doing it on my phone. I've never done it on my phone. So that's why I had set it up earlier and even said we were doing it at Prairie State. But that didn't happen. We couldn't do that. So got it here. Appreciate everybody that's here. If you're here, do us a favor so we get in a good way with that algorithm that's out there and people continue watching our stream. What do you got to do, George?
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. If the Santa Fe Queen here, she'd tell you smash that like button. So we got Ours Trains in the house. Give him a whistle. We got D. Klinger in the house. Iron Fox. I'm telling you, you'd love that train store. Got to get out there and check that out. See, we got D. Klinger in the house. Says he's running his first responder. SD7060E. We already got those guys. We got Trainstorm, PR Marquette. Excited to be back with us. Charles Model Train.
Charlie.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Censored by the Pennsylvania.
Let's see. We got Humanity Junctions with us today. Good to see you. Okay. We like that. We like that.
Oh, I saw your video about the. I was actually there for the premiere, but your video about the. You did a really cool video on this guy's carnival collection, like train.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. He did Lego carnival stuff. He did O scale, G scale, N scale, HO scale. He had a really cool like carnival style layout.
Nice. I'm telling you, everybody here has got the coolest YouTube channels with the coolest stuff on there. Yeah. So make sure everybody support each other and check each other out. Got the Discord channel, the link's below. Look at the names. Also in the link below there is a way that there's kind of a directory of model train YouTubers that Sparky107 has put together. Check that one out. On the Discord server, we put together a little thing for people to share their YouTube channel. So if you're not on the Discord server, go to the Discord server, get on there, and post up your link to your YouTube channel, and let's promote each other and see each other's stuff. So we got a Train Storm, Pierre Marquette. I love that, George. I was searching for a last-minute picture, and I got Widow Baby Georgie up there for the picture. Yep. Stevens King Production with friends in the house. Say hey, guys. Nice. RDD Dash here. Right on. Let's see here. Stevens King Productions. I got them. Kenny McGowan's here. Says hello, everybody. Good to see you, Kenny. Thanks for stopping by and being part of the stream today. Online G's here. Got Angel Garcia. Says Georgia back from vacation. We're here. So no, we're not at Prairie State Art. I apologize about that. We were going to try and do it out there, but we weren't getting some good signal out there, so we rushed back and got into the basement here to get going. We didn't want to miss another stream because it felt like we had been out of the loop for just too long. See, Humanity likes your new hat, George.
It's the newer one of the two.
SC Railroad Videography says you've been rickrolled. Not sure what rickroll means. I don't think it's very good though. Explain to us, SC Railroad Videography. Let's see here. RDD Dash is a subscriber for Corey. R's Trains, another great channel. Like I said, we got a lot of great channels on here. R's Trains saying I love the shirt wherever we get it. Let's see here. Mr. James Conductor's in the house. He's got a new job working out there at the
Charlie's.
Yeah, jealous. Very good. Congratulations on that, Mr.
Solid.
James. Let's see here.
Tim's Trains, welcome to the stream.
Right on. And Railfan JK's here. George the Steamroller.
Right.
A lot of Georges around here. Says, hey, George. Charles Motor Trains says, yeehaw. Everybody's recognizing my cool shirt from R's Trains from Corey. Right on.
Yeah, Corey got it for us. Thank you a lot. But yeah, he got us some pretty cool shirts. It's a Jeep and Trains and the hashtag Fast Friday. Then he's got his little thing at the bottom that says made by Corey Ward, aka R's Trains.
Yep, Robert Searcy's here saying good evening, everybody. Big Bill, Southbrook Railroad says, you back playing baseball, George?
Yeah, we got our first victory over the weekend.
And Big Bill, George really ate him up, man. Pitched 2 2/3 innings, 3 strikeouts and 2 2/3, and was basically the reason why we won the game. We rolled George out after our starting pitcher kind of fell apart, and George shored things up. Big one for the lefty, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see here. Stevens King Production with friends says, hey, Corey, the locomotive is is a Period Marquette 2378 282. It'll be here on Tuesday.
Oh, that's cool.
Very nice. See, Grandma Nita's in the house. Grandma Nita says hi. So, we were talking to him. I'm just kind of catching up to the part of the stream where we're talking about that post-war store. I think there are a lot of people that are on our stream that would really like that store.
I think so too. Although we can't all go in there at once.
No.
It's jam-packed, man.
Yeah, they've got lots of stuff. I mean, just train after train. If you ever make it there, Train Town, tell them you go in there, check it out. There's, I mean, they had all kinds of neat trains. It was like a train watcher's paradise. James Train says, did you guys see I tried to recreate your picture in front of the 4006?
I did see that.
You saw it? Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, I'm going to have to check that out. Let's see here. Texas Train Master, I don't know if we got him, but I saw that he's on the stream. Good to see you. All right. 5x5, we're getting that. All right. RDD Dash, did we get him already?
Yeah, we did.
All right, well, we got Stingy with the whistles. We got Grandpa George. Texas Train Master checking in, saying howdy, y'all. Good to see you, Texas Train Master. Good to see you. D. Klinger says, well, I'll be back. I've got to go get food at Subway. He's going out to get food. Cross Anchor Railroad's in the house. He's another YouTuber that's been getting really fired up, putting up some neat videos about his train layout, the trains that he's been getting. And again, I don't mean to neglect anybody by not pointing out their YouTube channels. We like to pump up all kinds of different people and all kinds of different YouTube channels. But Cross Anchor Railroad's just getting rolling on his YouTube channel, putting up some really neat stuff. And Big Bill from South Brooklyn Railroad, he's got the neatest live stream where he interviews different people from the railroads. Go check out his channel, his live stream, and everything like that.
It's called Model Railroading Live.
Right. So then getting back to Train Town, George, that was outside of St. Louis, right?
Yeah. It was really, really cool, man. It's just mind-blowing the stuff they had. I mean, a lot of stuff they had, too, was, like, rare post-war. I mean, they had, like, 2373s, right? Those are the Canadian Pacific F units, right? Yeah. They had just really, really cool stuff. They had some rare pieces of rolling stock. They
sure did.
Red and white Bonanza car. No, red and yellow.
Red and white.
Red and white. Yeah. And they had just some really, really cool stuff there.
So people were spotting Thomas in the background. I snuck him in there. Right over there, the racing one, right over there in the corner.
Dang.
The homemade Thomas. Oh, James.
The Rat Rod Thomas.
The Rat Rod Thomas. You got it. James Trains is pointing out we did forget a big one out there at the St. Louis Railroad, or at the National Museum of Transportation.
What?
DD40X? Or DD40? Yeah, that's out there.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. Pretty bad. I was going to say bad.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty awesome, man.
YouTube would be like, take your monetization back.
We'll shut you down. So, yeah, I'm telling you. Stephen Kofrel's here. Stephen put up a video the other day. Check out Stephen's channel. In fact, subscribe to Stephen's channel. He's got some really neat videos up on his channel. Good to see you, Stephen. Good to see you. RDD Dash, I think I might have said that like 3 times, right?
Yeah.
So Texas Train Master was asking about the name of the place. It's Train Town. Rockdale. I think it's Rockdale. But it's outside of St. Louis.
Watch the video.
Yeah, please watch the video. We got a video up. So check out our video on that one.
Everything that you need to know if you wanted to visit the shop is in the video.
Oh, there we go. Nice pump on the video, George.
So if you watch the whole video, you'll find out where, how, what the train shop provides.
Very good. Well, we got a couple of regulars checking in, George. Good to see him again. It's so good to see everybody checking in. It makes me feel good. I thought we were going to become irrelevant and nobody was going to come see our stream, so it's really cool.
Irrelevant. I haven't heard that word in a while.
Irrelevant.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll be back. I'm going to go do something real quick. I'll be back.
All right. So give me that thing. We got, give me that whistle, George. We got Charleston Eastgate checking in from the UK. Good to see you. Thanks for coming back. We got our man Trains and things. He's the only man I think that's been traveling more than us these last couple of weeks. Good to see you here. Texas Trainmaster says it is a little bit late. Tell me, George, where did you guys go? It sounds awesome. Went to St. Louis. We had a good time down there. Went to see the train layout. We went to go see the Train Town Hobby Shop and then the National Museum of Transportation. Had a great time. So Train Storm Pierre Marquette Productions says, should I run my 1225 L1s or George Bush 4141? Well, I say you run your 1225. That's pretty good. Although ours Train says run the L1. Let's see here. Sean's Train's in the house. Good to see you, Sean. Thanks for coming. Ours is liking on the shirt some more. So, George Prokoff's here. Good to see you, George. Good to see you. Get a whistle. Everybody knows where I got this shirt from. It's our new GFW Train shirt. We got, if you didn't see it, good friend of the program, good friend of ours. Ours Trains. Corey made these for us here. GFW Trains Fast Friday. How about that? That's pretty good stuff, isn't it? Hashtag Fast Friday. If we're not out of town this Friday, we may be out of town, but not for sure, 100% for sure. But if we're not out of town this Friday, we're going to fire up Fast Friday. I think Fast Friday. So we're not be on the lookout for us with Fast Friday because we want to bring that back at least for maybe a monthly appearance or an appearance every so often because. Yeah, we enjoy Fast Friday. I think everybody else enjoys Fast Friday. That's good stuff here. Let's see here. Back on the... Let's see here. Good. Texas Trainmaster saying, fellers, where did you go? This place sounds fantastic. What's it called? Please tell me. Train Town, like I said. Trains and Things says, I love PFE. About 30 of myself. George would like to get 30. He's working on that, starting that collection now. Let's see here. Stevens King Productions, is that GFW Trains? Is that a Thomas the Tank Engine I spot in the background? And it is. Like we talked about, that's our Rat Rod Thomas. George, grab that Thomas out. That's one that I made during our one of our streams in the way back. We talked about me... $20. We had a $20 race special, and I made this Thomas. It's $20 for $20 right here. It's a whistle on the top, and then I believe it's a I forget. I think it's a 1666 bottom, and I cut out the train whistle and put that 1666 bottom on this, and use that as my Rat Rod racing engine.
Rat Rod, $20.
$20 right there. Jerry Satterley's in the house. Good to see you, Jerry. All right. Yeah, it's been so long. I agree. I'm glad to see you here. CSX GEET 44AC's in the house. Good to see you. And Charlie's Model Trains is telling you got your fingers. Got to get your fingers off of there, George. Fingers. Grandpa's mom and dad here. They're out camping. We spent some time with them this weekend. That's good stuff. Robert Searcy's asking, George, do you have the book on PFE reefers?
No, I want it, though.
Hey, you know who's here? And he's actually checking in from right down the street, even though he's not from around here.
Matthew!
Good friend of the program, Matthew Garza. For those
we'll have to do like a pop-up live stream tomorrow, like when he's over.
That'd be cool.
You know?
Or maybe we should have him over on Friday. We could do Fast Friday with us. When?
He's not going to be here on Friday.
I thought he was leaving.
Yeah, but he's going to be in a different... he's gonna
I see. Well, maybe we can do a pop-up live stream. We'll do something. Matthew's a good friend of ours. In fact, Matthew's the young man who made the GFW Trains caboose for George over there.
But yeah.
Who's doing shots every time? Well, I'm sorry. Who's taking a drink every time George says yeah? You got it. You got it.
Dang, I like this one, Humanity.
Humanity says, that looks like a new hat. George, what'd you do with the old hat? Sell it to the Smithsonian?
No, it went to the the global stash of... I mean, it's in Egypt right now. It's in some, like, pyramid made of Reds merchandise.
Ooh,
yeah.
Sean's Train's working on his mountains. Humanity's asking about the howling animal that was hurt. It's not a howling animal. That's our whistle. What kind of whistle is that one, George?
It's a wet whistle.
Wet whistle. Wet Willie. Hey, UP 1995 Rail fans in the house. DB Tex in the house. DB Texas, hey, Wally and George, congratulations on the baseball win.
Gracias.
And James Trains is called, yep, a Hooter whistle. I like Hooters.
Yeah, me too.
Texas Trainmaster 2248 says you guys were talking about a place called Traintown in Missouri, and you went to a museum. It sounds like please tell me about it. I missed it. Why don't you give a little recap there, George?
So we went to the National Museum of Transportation, and they had a bunch of really cool engines. They have the last surviving Y6A. They had the last surviving bipolar. They have the Union Pacific Big Boy number 4006, which is kind of special because that's the one I have. And then they have Union Pacific DD40X, which is really cool. And yeah, we went to Traintown. They had a really neat O-scale post-war and pre-war selection to choose from. And we picked some stuff up. I got a PFE reefer from there. And yeah, and then we went to a friend of ours named Kyle's house, or
yep,
not house, his
warehouse
shop for his train layout. But that layout is so cool. He is a modern legacy collector. He has a really cool collection of TMCC locomotives. Sadly, he doesn't really run them because he's got the legacy versions of those TMCC locomotives. He says, this is what he told me. He says, I have a bunch of TMCC locomotives, and the ones I run are the ones that they haven't made legacy versions of.
That's great. That's great. For everybody just checking in, if you're here, I'd appreciate it. I'd really it'd help us out a lot if you wouldn't take a moment, smash that like button, right, George?
All right.
It helps us out with the old YouTube algorithm. So please take a moment and do that. While you're doing that, Hardcore MOH is saying hello.
Hello.
Give him a whistle. We got Randall Ellison here. Good to see you, Randall. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us a little bit today. Trains from Pierre Marquette says if you guys ever find yourself in the Kentucky area, check out Roundhouse Electric Trains. I know the owner personally, and they are wonderful people with great stock. They have a great repair service. We'll have to do that.
Always.
We're in Kentucky. You have to check in with us on that one. GE ET44 AC says today I've seen two YN2 AC44 CWs.
Nice.
Right on. Right on. Hardcore MOH says had to buy a new Katy coupling for my Polar Express a week ago. Popped the screw off.
Oof.
That's too bad. That's too bad. Who else here? I'm rolling through this just so we can get on track again here. Upstate New York Railfan Productions says, howdy, good evening. Thanks for coming by, hanging out with us. Good to see you. Good to see you. Again, I appreciate it. I know that we haven't been on for a while, so I was scared that we were going to get a little bit irrelevant on all of that stuff. But here we are. Got all kinds of people here. So Randall Ellison's asking, what's the locomotive you got on the outside track there, George?
We got an 844 on the outside, or Union Pacific 844 on the outside track with the George Bush 4141 unit, which is really cool. And yeah, man. And then,
it's an FEF, huh? This beautiful train.
Yes.
Beautiful train.
Yeah.
What's it pulling, George?
It's pulling the passenger set. I forget the name of the train. On the sounds card, we gotta play the sounds card again. But gosh, I forgot the name. It's the Union Pacific set of 18-inch vinyl passenger cars. And but on the sound card it says the train name that it's supposed to be pulling, and I forgot it. So. But yeah, I love that set of cars. They're really nice.
So James Train says that he just posted the recreation of our 4006 picture on Discord. Well, I can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see that. So Upstate New York Railfan says St. Louis, I'm going to Altoona in July. My first time to the Horseshoe Curve.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yep, I've been with us a long time ago.
Wait, was it before like they had the park?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I'd like to go back there.
We're like dinosaurs.
When were you close? Oh, we went to the.
Were they walking around?
Did you see what he did there? Did you? Oh, I see you changed your shirt.
Yeah, I kind of felt left out, you know.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. But how were the dinosaurs, man? You see like a T-Rex? Were they transporting them on flat cars?
If George doesn't make it to the live stream tomorrow, it's probably because he's.
You have a live stream tomorrow?
But weren't you just talking about?
Oh yeah.
George.
Man, maybe I'm mistaken about the dinosaurs. You know, I can't remember that we're doing a live stream tomorrow. But you know.
Oh gosh, Randall Ellison says glad to get a chance to actually watch your live stream this time. Had to listen to the last one because I was driving the rail crew van.
Well, that's cool.
Right. Well, the last time we were up, we had Sam's train, right?
We had. Yes, that's right. Yes.
The Sam's trains.
No, we had Tim on.
Tim on. Okay.
Tim on, yeah, and then the one before that was Sam.
All right. Well, cool. Yeah,
Wait,
we got
no, actually no.
Well, it doesn't matter. Both of those live streams, bing, bing, were back to back with two real cool next gen train guys on there.
Yeah.
So we had Tim's Trains on, Tim, and we had Sam from Sam's Trains on. So good to have those guys.
Yeah,
and
kind of, you know, Tim's Trains and Sam's Trains.
Right. Let's see here. Humanity says run the UP 1111.
Yeah, we don't have one.
I think that's why he was saying that. And he always trying to twist your tail a little bit.
Run
Humanity.
a Southern Pacific Daylight with 5 cars. 1 blue, 2 green.
Ren Ellison says, like the shirt, boss.
Thank you.
Matty Garson says the shirt's cool. Show that one off a little bit, man. Boom. You got it. Fast Friday.
Matthew says Thomas took steroids.
It's Rat Rod. Rat Rod. Let's see here. CSX GET44 AC says, hey, get him a whistle, dude. You should go to Ohio. Absolutely. I'd like to get to Ohio. Texas Trainmaster says next month I might be putting together a final video in the series I've been making about the Grapevine Vintage Railroad. Keep an eye out. Maybe that's about the Bondo Flyer, George. Maybe.
Bondo Flyer.
Oh, that's great. We'll have to do that. Texas Trainmaster's got a kind of a neat channel over there. Puts all kinds of different interesting videos up. And one of his favorite ones is to talk about the Grapevine Vintage Railroad out there in Texas. Let's see here.
Does it have grapevines on it?
Yep, maybe. Matthew says he leaves on Saturday.
Oh. Okay.
Well, we've got to get Matthew up on the stream because Matthew's a neat young man. Another one of our next gen guys that are going to keep this hobby rolling, right, George?
Yeah. Yes.
Maybe I can get the guy that said that produced the song "The Great Big Rolling Railroad" about the Union Pacific, and I can make a song about the Great Big Rolling Next Generation. Maybe I can just have Taylor Swift do it.
Good luck on that.
Yeah? I know Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I snapped her half a face. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Jerry Satterley says Strasburg Railroad finally opened up on Friday. 475 has been running all weekend with 10 cars. I bet you that people are happy to be out there. I know that we've been happy to get out there. James Train says, I'm only 45 minutes away from Prairie State Railroad. Well, hey, one of these days we're going to try and see if we can do an open house somewhere to get some of the viewers that are local and some viewers maybe that are not local. When things start really getting opened up, we wanted to do that around the, we wanted to do that out at the Illinois Railway Museum, but they might be closed for the rest of the year. But as soon as things start getting a little bit more safe, I think we're going to try and do an open house. And one of the places we're going to do it, where it's on the short list for that, would be at Prairie State.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Robert Searcy says, Wally, how are the hobby shops in your area doing? Can you talk about them?
We haven't really been to too
Well,
many.
there's a couple in our area. We've got about 3 or 4 in our area. And the state of Illinois, where we live, has just started to open up. The last couple of weeks, we've traveled outside of the state once to Iowa. We actually we didn't go to any railroads up there, but we went we played baseball, but we went to where the American Pickers were. We went to Antique Archaeology, which is a lot of fun. In fact, I've got a really cool video of a train coming through the town in Iowa where Antique Archaeology is.
And then seeing the American Pickers
van,
you know, roll through.
Yeah. It was cool. But in our area, I think the hobby shops, maybe Tim's Trains can speak to that a little bit. He works at one, but they're just now starting to open up, and hopefully they're going to be able to maintain keeping their doors open, even though they had to shutter them for so long. But we've got some neat ones here in the Chicagoland area where I'm at. Let's see here. CSX GT44 AC says I'm going to Fostoria, Ohio in July.
Nice.
Let's see here.
Humane Junction says I've hit the like button twice.
Well, that a boy. Get it a third time for us. Maybe a fourth time.
Yeah. Okay.
Hit me that. Everybody smash that like button for us. That helps us with the algorithm, or whatever they call it, the YouTube bigger.
Tim says the
picture.
Union Pacific Express is the name of the train, I believe. Here, let's find out.
It is. Hey, we got another person that we haven't had on the stream before. We've got Katarina Kitty Cat here, George. Give Katarina a whistle. Good to see you, Katarina Kitty Cat. Thanks for coming by and joining us during the stream today. Good to see you. Kick back, relax, grab something to drink. In fact, I might go upstairs in a few minutes and grab.
Please gather your things and move to the front of the car. Next stop.
There we go.
Next stop. Next stop. Coming up. Next stop.
Let's
Please
see
gather
here.
your things and move to the front of the car.
Can't get it off the... Wait, hold on.
DB Tech, you says you're not irrelevant. We were waiting to see you again. Well, that's good. Texas Trainmaster says that he found the store. Let's see. Tim's Train says Union Pacific Express. Right on. Eastgate says flying visit tonight, guys. Gonna have to shoot. It's 12:30 a.m. and work tomorrow. Sleep time. Take care and see you soon.
See ya.
Thanks for coming by. Always fun to have somebody from the UK being on the stream. See, Owen the Man's here. George, get Owen the Man a whistle. Owen the Man. Lots of new names here. So cool. Says Sean's Train saying if you ever come to Pennsylvania, visit Nicholas Smith's train store. It's a great store. We've ordered stuff from Nicholas Smith. That'd be fun to take a visit over there. For sure. Ours Train says dinosaurs were indeed roaming harsher curves with their 8mm film cameras, binoculars, and a train schedule so they could catch all of the
Were the train schedules on like pieces of paper?
I might have been there back before it was even Norfolk and Southern. Yeah.
Dang, yeah, dinosaurs were definitely around there. Man, they probably had dinosaurs strapped on the flat cars, you know? Like in Idiocracy. Hey, I like your laugh, man. It reminds me of something.
Oh, gosh. Hey, Matthew says he just joined the Discord. Like that. That's awesome, guys. George, why don't you talk a little bit about what that Discord is?
So the Discord server is basically an opportunity for us to continue talking even though we're not doing streams every day like we used to. So, yeah, I think we have about 70 members on it, and we have a good time. We talk about trains, and yeah.
So good. Ours Trains is busting on me. He says, boy, GFW Change Chat is really behind. Messages are read like 5 to 10 minutes after they've been posted. All right, I'm going to try and speed up.
We should just go all the way to the bottom.
All right, I got to get the people as they check in. All right, North American Trains here. Do you know who's here that we haven't? Good to see you, North American Trains. And another name that we haven't seen in a while is checking in, the LGL Rail Yard. Good job. All right, Charlie's Model Trains back me up. Says Ours Trains, it's not that behind. They just went back, so none of the messages got left out. They are slowly making their way down. DB Tech is giving us a thumbs up to Antique Archaeology. And Matthew Garson says, did you see our Addams Family video was posted up on the Lionel Facebook page?
Yeah, I did. I showed my dad that, actually, after you texted me. That's really cool.
Yeah. Hardcore MOH says some are open over here, but you have to wait outside. Interesting. Upstate New York Rail Fan Production says, I got out of model railroading a few years ago due to Train Sim. Love playing that, but I invested so much money in it. Once this COVID is over, I'm definitely going to run my layout again. Well, that's good. I'm so glad. That's one of the coolest things that about doing this is we hear from all of these people that have started watching these YouTube videos and YouTube channels.
Yeah.
And they start getting that desire to get back into model trains again.
Charlie's Model Trains goes, next stop.
Oh my gosh. Texas Trainmaster says, passengers, please report any unattended property or suspicious behavior to a member of the crew.
No, you guys want to hear next stop again? I can certainly play that. Hold on.
while he's doing that, Katarina Kitty Cat says, I love O-gauge trains. I actually have a few Lionel Lion Chief locomotives myself. Thomas, Polar Express, and the Disney Holiday Express. Well, cool. That's awesome. This is exactly why we do this, right? So that we can all talk about the trains that we've got. And those are some pretty neat ones. And like you see, like we were talking about, you might have caught, I actually made the Thomas right over there.
Wait, it's not working now.
Oh, bummer, George. Bummer.
I just gotta read the instructions.
Sometimes I love it when my live stream partner doesn't work with me.
What?
He works against me.
It's not. Hold on, wait.
Oh gosh, LGL Rail Yard's asking if we like his new logo. I'm giving that one thumbs up. Thumbs up. Cross Anchor Railroad's saying, what is the new word for having a libation? Yeah. Every time George says yeah. Although that might be too much.
Yeah?
Yeah, right there. See? Boom. That might be too much. So we're going to have to take some suggestions on this.
I don't know, I just like a word that I say a lot.
You say yeah like all the time.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
No. I'm gonna just say no now.
No. So James Train, help us out on that one. James Train says, did you guys see the Frisco 1522 when you were in St. Louis? Don't forget the Ozark Mountaineer. We did see both of those.
What's Frisco 1522?
The Russian decapod.
That's not a Russian decapod. It's a mountain.
Well, then why'd you ask me what it was?
I was just joking.
Oh my gosh.
But we did see 1630's twin.
What's 1630?
It's the Russian decapod.
Oh, this guy is I'm gonna have to go upstairs and get myself some iced tea.
Yeah, why don't you go do that? I can run the stream.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, let's get to the bottom of this list. I'm getting busted on because I'm so far behind.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I gotta keep rolling.
No,
keep
it's okay,
rolling. Somebody's going out for a steak dinner. I'm jealous of that.
What? Bring some for
Trains
us.
and Things says can't watch much longer. Going out for big steak dinner. Hey, order a steak for us. Drink a nice glass of wine for us. Trains and Things. I'm glad to see you back. It's good to be back live streaming again. It's been a while.
Just think, the more steak you eat, the less trains you can have.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy talk, George.
But anyways.
Let's see here. Sparky 107's in the house. Get him. He likes our shirts. We got some new GFW train shirts.
Made by Oz Twain.
Hashtag Fast Friday. Modeled by GFW Trains.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So.
Oh, sorry.
Texas Trainmaster says that the video is not going to be of the Bondo flyer. Got it. He already made that one. Let's see. LGL Rail Yard says, do you like Trainman 4602?
Never heard of him.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's T54 Mountain, George.
Okay.
At GFW Trains, where are your circus trains?
I got the heavyweight over here. Let me go grab it.
I was putting a lot of stuff away, and it wasn't George that put away the circus trains. I ended up putting that away just to put some stuff out, but I think that they're scattered around our layout if you look closely.
And then I got the operating car over here.
And I'm getting educated here. James Trains is telling me the 1522 is considered the Ozark Mountaineer. Trainstorm PR Marquette Productions says, I have a Riverossi 1225, but it's not a good model. I'm not a Riverossi. But it just has something wrong with it at times. Hopefully my MTH 1225 will get here soon. Randall Ellison says, I saw the Frisco 1522 at Thayer, Missouri in 1994. I was 10 years old at the time.
Dang. Didn't Frisco the 1522 operate at one point? Like,
Are you asking me that? I don't even know what it was, George.
I say operate.
Oh, he's asking it. All right, you asking it.
I said operate at one point, but like.
And I like Texas Trainmaster's comment. He says beer goes better with steak, not wine. I'm giving you a thumbs up on that.
I can't vouch
George
for that.
can't speak to that one, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So Sparky's chiming in. I think we got a lot of people that are chiming in that beer goes better than wine with steak. That's making me hungry.
Can't. Yeah, me too.
So Katarina Kitty Cat's asking, how big is your layout, George?
It is, I don't know, like
24 by 16, and we're in the middle of that one. Nah, it's not. Yeah.
It's something crazy like that. But yeah, it's pretty big.
Yep, we're rolling trains around the outside. We got it, and in fact, maybe George can. Well, the layout goes around the basement here. We sit in the middle, and you kind of walk around and have the trains go around you instead of you walking around the outside of the train.
The trains are probably like, oh my gosh, I love this like people layout, you know. And people, never mind.
Let's see here. LGL Rail Yard says, I'm writing all about the Pennsylvania Railroad in my notepad. Pennsylvania Railroad's a cool railroad, that's for sure. That's a good one to pick and write about. Sparky 107 says, hey, DB Tech, everybody's checking in with Sparky 107. And as I'm on the subject of Sparky 107, he's put together really, really cool. I talked about this at the beginning of the video. He's put together a really cool directory of all of the model train YouTube railroaders out there. We've got a really cool corner of the YouTube dedicated with a lot of dedicated YouTubers that are making some fantastic videos. And he's got a series of 3 videos where he talks about the community all coalescing together and supporting each other. Put a link to the first video, but make sure that you not only look at the first video, but you watch the second and the third video as well. Because if you just go to the different pages and like and subscribe, or if you didn't subscribe, it's going to ultimately kick off those subscriptions. So he explains how that works once you go through all 3 of those videos on the series. But it's a really, really good idea, and hats off to Sparky for doing that. And I think it's a good way. It used to be that you could go to somebody's channels on the live stream directly through there, but you can't do that anymore. So this is a good alternative to that. So for sure.
I was about to say it.
Yeah. James Train says, hey, George and Wally, do you guys remember the fake railroad you guys wanted me to make?
GF and W.
For sure.
Green Bay and Westwood.
Love that. Sean's Train says, I've officially put Lionel 4014 on layaway last week. So cool. Texas Train Masters piping in, and I have to agree with this. Says Shiner Beer is the best. Shiner Beer is some really good beer, one of my favorites. Of course, everybody down there in Texas loves their Shiner Beer, that's for sure.
Do they serve it in like mason jars? Or is that like Michigan?
Beer in mason jars? No.
Oh, I'm thinking moonshine over there.
And moonshine isn't a Michigan thing either.
Don't they make mason jars in Michigan?
No, they don't. There is a Mason missing. Georgia's like missing everything. That's. But hey, I mean it's close. They do make moonshine in the United States, and Michigan is in the United States.
Boom! Chagalaga.
No, right, Ed.
And dinosaurs, they roamed in the United States, right? But like,
they do have glass in the United States, and things are made out of glass in Mason, Michigan, and mason jars are made out of glass. So, I mean, you're getting close.
You know, they all just add up to each other, man. I'm the smartest person in the world.
So DB Tech says he's staying inside and staying cool today. It is a hot one over there. I got overheated yesterday out in the sun.
Dang.
We were outside doing some train watching and train running ourselves, and I came in here hot. And when I mean hot, I was sweating like a pig.
Literally and figuratively.
Yep. Sparky 107 says the Canadian part of Contrail was just run from New York to Chicago through Ontario.
That's cool.
Pennsylvania Railroad, the standard of the world, is the statement that Texas Train Master says. Ours Train says people lay out the trains. Trains and Things says, hey, nice t-shirt, guys.
Thank you.
We like this. Fast Friday. Ours Trains made these for us. We're sporting some new merch.
Merch gang.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, I lost my place. Let's see here. Let's see. The GF&W needs a new steam engine. What should it be, and what should the number? put our thinking caps on that one, George. What do you think?
2, 3, 4.
Oh, that's a tricky number. What's it be? Like an 040 switcher? Like a little switcher unit?
No. Like
All we've got is huge steam on your railroad.
2, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 2. Yeah.
There we go. That's going to be all in some huge engines.
Yeah.
Let's see here. LGL Rail Yard says Long Island Railroad is a great railroad, especially back when the Pennsylvania Railroad owned it.
Were they on a Long Island?
Probably. Train Storm PR Marquette Production says, has the dust storm hit any of y'all? We can see some beautiful sunsets because of it, but it hasn't really hit us bad where we're at up here.
What?
The dust storm. Remember how we were you might not have been talking about it with us last night. We were camping last night and looking at a beautiful sunset. And while the dust storm's causing a lot of havoc, it's making some beautiful sunsets. If you haven't gone out to check out the sunsets, check those out because sunsets... This dust storm's creating a lot of havoc, but if there's one silver lining to the cloud on that one, it's making some beautiful sunsets.
We went to go fishing, and we there's a quarry that has that's turned into a lake that has a lot of good fishing there. And we thought it was 3/4 of a mile, but then Grandpa said, we come back and Grandpa goes, oh yeah, it's like 2 miles. So we ended up walking like a mile down there to get eaten by mosquitoes, and then for fun we started casting in the cornfield. And we walked back, and that was our evening.
Yeah. So Hardcore MOH is saying, I think this is another way that everybody can coalesce in a directory of trained people. It says another way to do it would be if everyone said thanks after the stream, stops on the screen under the video, and then everyone can get to the members there to join their channel. That's a good idea, Hardcore. Yeah, for sure. Look, in fact, if people want to do that today, I think that they should. LGR Rail Yard says, surprisingly, nobody's been watching my videos recently. I don't know why. Posted a couple of new videos that I thought people would like. Well, hey, let's. Think I've always liked your videos there, LGL Rail Yard. Yeah. So check out LJL's videos. He's got some neat stuff. Go over to his channel. James Trains is saying you can't do a 2-2-10 or 2-10-10-10-2.
Do a triplex, like a GF and W triplex.
So Sparky 107 says the line started as the CASO went to Central Michigan, New York Central, and Conrail. Speaking of the railroad that they're talking about there in Canada. Texas Trainmaster says, George, that's impossible. No steam locomotive had that many wheels. The biggest one ever built was the 28884. You could go with a 210-10 too.
I was joking when I said that, but yeah, okay.
Hardcore MOH says people need a link to LGL Rail Yard. I can't put a link up, but if somebody wants to put up a link, I'm not even sure if you can put up a link in the stream, feel free to do that. Let's see. Train Storm PR Marquette Productions. I love going out on the lake and watching the sunset. It's so beautiful. Yep, for sure. Beautiful. Sean's Train bought a Strasburg number 12 caboose. He's posted some pictures up on the Discord of that one. That's pretty good. Ours Train says, I've got to go. So have a good night. Well, hey, Ours, thanks for coming by. I'm just, there you go. Showing off these shirts that Ara gave us. Thanks again. Everyone's saying see you to checking out. Sparky 107 says you have over 50 views on each one, so that's not bad, LJL.
Not that bad.
Hardcore MOH says all everyone has to do is say thanks in the chat below the video when it's finished. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. James Train says I can't do a triplex either. The only one I can find is for $12.
Then do the biggest engine that you can find that isn't one that's already on the road.
Oh man, George is
Man, you gotta have some big power, you know?
Yeah,
we switch with big power. You know? Nobody likes the puny 040s. We switch with Y3s, you know? The smaller engines of the GF&W.
Right. Sparky 107 is asking if the link showed up, but it didn't show up. So sorry about that. But maybe what we can do is if, like I said, I've got the link to Sparky 107's Railroad Community. And what you're going to need to do, LJL, is go over there and throw up a link on his Railroad Community. And hopefully then people can find it from there. James Train says we already have an AC-12. Did you forget that?
No, I'm talking about like one that we don't have. Like the biggest one that you can find that we don't have already.
So it says, I think they have posting links blocked. So only a moderator can post. Got it. I don't know how I don't mind links being posted. I guess it's just a default that links are blocked. So sorry about that. DB Tech says, do you guys have a Lionel 26812 log dump or anyone else? Mine doesn't dump. I think that there's a spring missing.
I got one. We got one.
Did we?
Yeah, two. Those the log dump cars, the green one and the gray one.
I think so, but you'll have to go get that, George.
I don't know where they are. I think they might be in that room. Let me go see.
Shoot, DB Tech. Yeah, there are a couple guys that are on the stream that might be able to help you out with that. One of the things that you can do. All right, so here's what I'm doing, and this is true. We have got a maintenance help channel on the Discord server. So if you are on the Discord server, DB Tech, go to the maintenance help, and maybe somebody can help you find that on the Discord server. And if you're not on the Discord server, down below we've got a link to the Discord server. Sign up and ask that question on the maintenance help, because maybe somebody will be able to help you out there. So that would be good. Stephen Coatfrell says, I've got to go. Have a good night. Well, Stephen, thanks for coming by, hanging out with us. George is over here, says, see you, Stephen. So thanks for hanging out. I missed talking to you. I hope that maybe we can hook up and chat again soon and correspond. I love the videos that you've been putting up on your channel and the pictures that you've been sending of the layout upgrade. So that's good stuff. So Sparky 107 says I put a link to LGL Rail Yards channel up. Cool. Not to his channel. I get it. But I was saying that LGL could put up a link on the Model Railroad community link. Let's see. James Train says the biggest one that I can find is the big boy. Oh. Is there a GF&W big boy yet? I don't think there is.
Yeah, do that then. If there isn't already.
Right. See, Sparky says right click on someone's name and you can make them a mod. Got it. Hardcore MOH says Sparky 107 says try what I said in the post after the stream stops. Texas Trainmaster says I have a book on the Santa Fe called Iron Horses of the Santa Fe, and there's some concept art of some very unusual looking steam locomotives.
Oh yeah, didn't somebody like bring up the concept of like the 210 or the 210-10-2 that came up like a 210-10-10-2?
I think you're right, George.
Because we were talking to the curator of the National Museum of Transportation, and he brought that up in the conversation. And yeah, it's pretty weird trains, man. But yeah.
So another thing that we did just a couple of weeks ago is we were out in at the Illinois Iowa border, and we saw Civis.
Yeah.
What I forget the name of the rail boneyard there in Civis, Illinois. Do you remember? What did we see there, George?
We saw some rusty engines. They were like stacked up by the piles, you know? It's kind of like, yeah, you go to a grocery store and you see like a bunch of cereal boxes. Actually, it's like a candy aisle. You see a bunch of candy. But man, there is just all. We saw Metro E8. These are
all in the scrapyard, so that it's out there. Actually, it's not even necessarily scrapyard. I can't remember the name of it, but
like an engine repurpose.
And man, they must have had probably 100 to 200 engines there in various different states, in all different railroads. We saw Conrail. We even saw, Sparky 107. We saw a bunch of Conrail locomotives still in the Conrail's paint scheme out there. Saw like Metro E8s. What else? We saw a bunch of Santa Fe.
Oh gosh, yeah, the work bonnets or the blue bonnets. Those are crazy. But man, that was a bunch of really cool stuff. We saw a bunch of Wisconsin Central.
Right.
Yeah, and there's probably other stuff we didn't see because it was just we didn't want to trespass, you know, so we didn't really.
Right.
We only saw like the outer shell.
We didn't do a deep dive, but it was Sparky. It was a really cool place. LGL's running along, says bye guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us for the hour that you have. It's good to be back. It's good to be streaming again, especially since we haven't been able to do it. And it's good. It's good and it's bad. I'm really happy that we're back to living life a little bit of closer to normal than we had when we were doing the stay at home. But the downside is that we're not being able to be here as much as we have. But we are planning on having our stream on Tuesday night.
Yes, correct.
And George, I think, might be trying to have a pop-up stream with his buddy here.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, Matthew. Matthew's still on the stream. We'll have to, when he comes over. Might be in the middle of the day, though. But,
cool.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. You know, run some trains, have a good time. Might not be something like this, but where you just, like, set up the camera and we run trains, you know? Similar to what we did, I think, a couple of weeks ago when we started the stream early.
Right.
Something like that.
Charlie's Model Train's checking out. Says, got to go. Goodbye. Well, thanks for coming by. We'll see you around the roundhouse.
We'll see you on the way out.
Hardcore MOH says, Train Storms, just say thanks. Okay, gotcha. Hardcore has been talking about how we can do this. Sparky 107 says, hey, are you guys still thinking about doing a YouTube meet and greet when the world opens back up? Yes, for sure. We want to do that. That's something we're definitely thinking about doing. But everything with the world's been so touch and go. I'd hate to start planning on something and have things go down. But we want to either do that at the Illinois Railway Museum. That's the best spot. The Illinois Railway Museum is the coolest spot to have. But they're closed down right now. And word on the street is that they'll probably be closed for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So I think that we may wait until next year to do that, which is a shame. But we definitely want to have that meetup. Right back at you, Sparky. I know that you were going to do a meetup in Strasbourg. I don't know if that was in May when you were going to do that. Have you been able to get things fired up on another meetup down there at the east end of the country? If you are, let us know. Put something up on the stream here.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
So
Matthew Garson's checking in again. Texas Trainmasters and George and Wally, what are your opinions on MTH closing their doors next year?
I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be interesting. You know, I think there are other O-scale companies, but they don't compete to the sense that MTH did with Lionel. You know,
right?
MTH really made a lot of good things happen in the model train or the O-scale model train community. They also did, you know, some other things that a lot of people didn't agree with. But man, if it weren't for them, we'd still be stuck in, you know, running trains from levers. You know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real shame to see them go because they were pretty, you know, big dogs when it came to the model or the O-scale model train community. I mean, they made really good products like the Monon F units. I mean, and the thing I liked about them too is they did a lot of stuff that, you know, Lionel wasn't doing. You know, like they did smaller short line railroads for. I mean, they even made like Hudson Bay Railway engines. You know, I mean, it's just really cool stuff instead of like, you know, a whole catalog of GS4s. But not to knock on Lionel or anything, but I just hope that it doesn't allow Lionel to raise their prices anymore. You know, as soon as they start doing that, the third market or the second-hand market goes up too, you know?
Right,
so,
right.
It is what it is, but I think it's going to be interesting without them.
Yep, for sure. Sparky 107 says, On Track Tuesday is on at 7 p.m. Eastern, just so you guys know what other live streams are on Tuesdays. Yeah, we were trying to search around for a date and a time, and I don't think that our live stream butts up with On Track Tuesday. Those guys have a fun live stream. Our live stream, we've been doing it at 8 p.m. Central on Tuesdays. So that's a little bit later. I don't think... so 7 p.m. Eastern would be... ours is 2 hours after they start. So unless they have a really long stream, ours wouldn't butt up against them. And for everybody that likes our stream and likes Model Railroader live streams, On Track Tuesday, those guys are a lot of fun over there. Check them out. K-Master 2007 says that's a real long stream, and I don't think that we've gotten checked in, so give him a whistle. And somebody had asked, James Train says, what number big boy, George?
4006.
Well, no, for the big boy train that he's making for you.
Oh, 2340. 2340.
There you go. There you go. Let's see here. D. Klinger's back in the house. Austin and Block Productions here. Give him a whistle. Says, sorry I'm late. Well, glad you're here. Glad you're here. Sparky 107 says, mine is going to be the last weekend in August, still in Strasbourg. Good stuff. Cool. I wish we could get out there. Maybe we'll have to take a look and see if we can get out there.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So Sparky 107 is checking out. Says, have a good night all. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let's see here.
We did talk about doing a meet and greet thing at York too, in October.
Oh yeah.
But if any of you guys are in the York area or going to York,
we might be doing that. Got to see what's panning out for York and how we get out there. But if we go out there, there's high odds we're going to take a motorhome. If we take a motorhome, we are most definitely going to have them.
We're going to do some gravel lot tailgating.
We're going to do some tailgating out there at York. So, forgot about that one.
Yeah, that York is going to be fun. I hope they do it.
Apparently, we were getting some pixelization, George. But hopefully, we're back. It looks like I'm looking up on the screen here, and let's see here. Wouldn't you know it? DB Tech says you need to coordinate with Sparky and SMT. Sparky is usually on Wednesdays. SMT is random, and Friday is American Pickers. But yeah, yes, we're trying to do that. I think that the Tuesday and a Sunday, the times that we've picked don't overlap. And like I said, unfortunately for us, we don't necessarily have a schedule that's really conducive to doing something all of the time, and or on a regular schedule. Even though we're trying to do that, we might go to something just like SMT where we pop up and do it. And once George is back in school, I'm back at work, so it makes it a little bit harder. But anyway, I don't think that the times that we've picked, at least there were times that we've had for a while. I know that they sometimes overlap, but I guess that is what it is, unfortunately, because I know that we've had some streams that have overlapped with SMT, and SMT's the gorilla in the room, man. You don't get. We've got. I know that people love to go over there and see his live streams. He's got a great YouTuber there. James Train's saying that's a weird number, but okay.
James said it's a weird number. Yeah, I mean, it's got a meaning to it, but it wouldn't make sense if I told you, so. I'm gonna do something real quick. I'll be back.
So Austin and Black Productions says GFW Trains just got a line-up point slot mint car. Let's see, Texas Trainmaster says these steam locomotives did not quite make the Iron Trail for the Santa Fe, a 28882 and a 28882. Sean's Train says MTH also made full-scale passenger cars, Strasbourg passenger cars. That's true. They made some really neat stuff. Hardcore MOH says the guy is retiring. MTH can't stay open forever unless someone buys it, but who's going to make the trains and locos? Well, people say that MTH can't stay open forever, but Lionel stayed open for over 100 years. They're I
don't think. I think it's me personally. I think that there's more than just Mike Wolf retiring. You know, I don't think it's just kind of gotten to the thing where it got out of his hands. You know.
Oh yeah, and probably that's something where he's able to walk away at the right time, and probably did. Let's see here. Austin and Block Productions says, can we see the big boy at 60? Not sure what that means, Austin and Block, sorry. Upstate New York Railfan Productions says, have a good one. Well, thanks for coming by and hanging out with us today. See you around the roundhouse. Let's see here. Angel's saying your afro is popping out, George.
Yeah? Ask him about free burgers.
Free burgers. And SC Railroad Videography keeps saying you have been rickrolled, but I'm not 100% sure what that means. You're going to have to explain that one to me, SC Railroad Videography. Trains and Things says MTH. Too early to say. They will change the name to HTM and keep on training. James Train says, do you want the GF&W Big Boy to say Big Boy on the front?
Sure. That'd be kind of cool.
Nice, nice. New York, upstate New York rail fan says, New York rail fan, the water level route. Haha, I love it. I love it. SC Railer YT's in the house. George, get SC Railer YT a whistle. Get people whistle when they come in. SC Railer YT says, I saw the CSX office car sitting in West Jacksonville. I think that's what it stands for. That's kind of neat. Trainstorm PR Marquette Productions says maybe you guys could do streams every Saturday or every other Saturday. Well, yeah, I think so. Sundays are good days for us. But sometimes we got baseball tournaments. Last couple we've had a baseball tournament. SC Railroad Videography says, I live in the same state as you. Right on. You live in Illinois? I guess that's what I'm getting. Oh, no, I see. The people are talking to SC Railroader and SC Videographer. Awesome. Texas Trainmaster says, do you think Lionel would buy MTH? I don't think so, but I think that they may utilize some of the molds that MTH has in China. That's what I think, is that they're those molds. I think that they may be over there, and depending on how much life and how much use is left in those molds, that there may be a deal where Lionel contracts with the people who own the molds in China to utilize those same molds. But I don't think that Lionel is going to buy the brand per se.
There isn't really any money to be made there, you know.
Well, I think that there's some goodwill in the brand, but
I think so too. But I don't think it really helped Lionel.
Some equity in the right. But Otis Tooley's here and says, I'm from the town of Princeton, West Virginia. Get him. Can't get your whistle. George just said when he comes back, we'll get you a whistle. Sean's Train says, well, I got to go, but have a good one. SC Railer YT says the CSX office won't be in service for a while. All 5 locos are in Waycross are getting redone.
Oh, nice.
Hey, George, do you want the GF&W Big Boy to be an oil burner?
No. Cool.
Hardcore MOH is asking if that's a handset charger, George.
No, it isn't. It's a regular wire charger.
Tim's Trains asked if he had a derailment.
I
So.
I didn't have a derailment. I was just switching trains around.
SC Railer YT says, I'll upload the pics I got on my YouTube channel.
Oh, cool. Hey, Trevor, how's it going?
Hey, all right, Trevor. We're just out of Prairie State today. Good to see you.
Actually.
When George gets the remote control back, we have to get Trevor a whistle. Hey, Trevor, it's a cool small world thing. I know that Trevor does a lot of voice acting, and we were watching a video on I was watching a video on the 844 the other day that you did a voiceover on, Trevor. It's pretty cool. But I couldn't find it again. You have to tell me what the name of that video was, because I wanted to show George because I thought it was a really, really cool video on the 844. Chime in and let us know what that is. Let's see here. Randall Ellison says, I know it's a long way off, and a lot of things can change, but I just wanted to let everyone know about the Christmas display at the Harlem Museum in West Plains, Missouri in December. Well, that's pretty neat. You know what? We've been to that museum in West Plains, Missouri. Remember when we went there for that canoe race, George?
Yes.
We saw we saw in West Plains. We saw the UP Boy Scout train. We're there with
yeah, I do remember
Luke and
that.
Ben.
I thought that was in Rochelle for some reason.
We saw it there too.
Oh, we did?
But the one that we saw it in West
Yeah,
Plains,
yeah,
remember? And when we were in Missouri out there?
Yeah, I do remember. Because you were at the Josephines, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
I do remember that. I yelled at Mom because she went across the railroad tracks and all the dang-dangs were flashing, but it was just because they had a train, like, idling there for some reason. So, yeah.
Austin and Block says he wants to see the big boy at 60 scale miles per hour, George.
I don't know if that can happen.
Upstate New York Rail fan says
Come back for next stream?
Oh, there we go. Upstate New York Railfan Production says, I'll stay on the stream for a second. I thought I heard you were getting off, LOL. But we'll be back on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central. And George may be doing a pop-up stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
But for sure, we're on tap for 8 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
On Tuesday.
Yeah.
There you go. Keep pounding those iced teas. Brandon Ellison said, I did a video about the possible landing spots for MTH, and someone mentioned Menards in the comments section and wanted to know what you think. Sound like a good fit? Yeah.
I think it sounds like a great fit, but I think that there's money to be made there, or that Mike Wolf would still own it, you know?
I think it'll be interesting because I think that with Mike's Train House, that Mike Wolf has already sold probably a lot of the things that he has an equity interest in. So he sold the parts department, he sold the electronics, and the service department, as well as the building that MTH owns. I don't know how much equity, or how many items of equity interest that Mike Train House still owns, other than the name Mike's Train House and the goodwill that goes with the name Mike's Train House. I think that all of the manufacturing, this is just conjecture. I'll put a preface on this. I think this is just conjecture, partially in my opinion, in my opinion. But I think that maybe a lot of the stuff that's processed, the way that the model is with a lot of these railroad or toy train manufacturers, is that they import stuff that's made in China, and the molds and everything are owned by the manufacturers that are out there in China. So what I think, in my opinion, is that there are manufacturers in China that are probably going to hook up with another company that may produce those trains from those molds. Now, those molds may be made for Lionel through those company. They may be made for somebody else. So the question becomes: is there enough equity and goodwill in the name MTH for someone like Menards to buy the name MTH and continue producing trains under that banner, rather than a brand that's not necessarily as known like Menards? Producing trains under the Menards banner, even though Menards is a big big business with lots of stores. Is there enough goodwill? Is there enough name recognition in MTH to continue that on, so that people will recognize the name MTH and continue to buy that? Again, what it appears to me, in my opinion, and my personal thoughts are on this, but it looks like it may be hard to bring all of those things back together again, because some of those things have been parceled off, like the intellectual property rights for the command control system, the DCS command control system. Sounds like that's been sold already. The parts department for MTH trains, it sounds like that's been sold, as well as the service department and the building. So, like I said, it sounds like the only things that may be left is the name MTH and the brand, and maybe some type of connection with the manufacturers in China. I do think that those molds will be utilized again by somebody else. The question is whether the brand MTH moves forward. Another simple, I think that's my question about the whole. So I really got deep there, but I think that's neat.
Kind of zoned out, trying to figure out the sounds part, but didn't really work out. Couldn't get the next stop.
Love it when my YouTube partner is zoned out.
Well, you were talking about MTH,
You could start. Well, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
Do you think that Lionel could buy the DCS and incorporate it then to some of their locomotives, or vice versa? Do you think that they could buy the molds or make the molds?
I think that
from the Mike's Train House trains and put in Legacy.
Okay, this is what I think. I think DCS is kind of going to be a lost cause, just because the only thing that DCS really works with the MTH trains, I think one possible thing with DCS is they might get incorporated with Williams. I think if Williams picked that up, that would be really smart, because you see a lot of, secondhand Williams stuff with DCS on the inside. A really big popular one is Williams GG1s with proto sounds or protozoans 2 or 3 on the inside, so they can be operated using DCS. But I don't think that Lionel will buy the DCS system just because they already have, you know, the Lionel legacy system. I think maybe if they, I mean, and they already have a Wi-Fi system too. I don't think it's as good as the MTH one, but it's, you know, it's their own. And yeah, but I do think that the molding, if they contract with some of the companies in China, the molding for a lot of their engines will be made into Lionel engines. Now that you say something about that, just because, I mean, that sounds like a real smart idea, if you know what I mean. I don't know, but yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Cool. Well, Matthew Garson's got to run. We'll see you. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you, Matthew.
Trainstorm says, Pierre Marquette Productions says we do something similar called the Festival of Trains. It's at the historic rail park and museum, aka the L&M Depot. We've been there in Kentucky. We're super excited. Got some great stuff planned. Very cool. Trevor says, I have to look. I don't recall doing a video on the 844. Good to know you guys are at Big Rock. Had to take care of things this weekend, and hopefully I'll catch you guys with the Invictor My Goose. Well, we heard you were out there yesterday.
Yeah.
We were out there today. We had to take care of some things too. Walnut tree fell down on the main line, and we had to take that, and we moved it off the main line today.
Sammy had to do his first work trip. You can tell he wasn't really too happy about that.
No, but that's cool. That's cool. Oh, I didn't even realize you did this. Tim Strain says my favorite CNO mallet I see is running.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Hey, Trevor also said he made a garden railroad in his backyard, George.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. We.
Hey, you know what? Trainstorm Pierre Marquette Production brought up something really good. He says, I think that if Lionel bought MTH's HO molds, that could really help their reputation in HO.
Yeah, actually, that is a smart.
That is. We haven't even really thought about HO because
really good things about MTH's HO. Their
Right.
HO brand, because I heard that they are basically like the
top dog there, huh? Or at least make the
not
nicest
top
stuff.
dog, but they make some pretty dummy-proof stuff, you know, or like bulletproof stuff.
Yeah, and if it Lionel, do they make HOs? I don't know. Okay, so yeah,
But it's not. It's like basically repainted Polar Express and they're repainted Berkshires. But yeah,
that's a good idea. Trainstorm Pierre Marquette Productions. Let's see here. DB Tech's wondering if Trevor has a video of his G-scale layout posted. Texas Trainmaster says Lionel should buy most of the MTH and make legacy locomotives that have not been done, such as the Amtrak Genesis and the Chesapeake and Ohio 614. Lionel keeps innovating. MTH stopped after Protosounds 3.0. Big O says, hey, George, did you ever get your sister the Frozen 2 set?
not yet.
Not yet. Still saving up for that one.
Yeah.
Still saving up for that one. Trevor Valvier says not yet. Nicholas Schnee says, hello, I'm back. We'll give him a whistle. Trevor said, another trio. Oh, boy, yeah. James Train says, if I ever come to Yorkville, I'm going to the Prairie State Railroad. Well, that would be fun. That'd be fun. LGL Rail Yard says, I'm back.
Nice.
All right, good to see you. Good to see you. But okay, so
You gonna go grab your iced tea?
no, I'm all caught up though. I'm gonna grab something to drink. So carry on for a few moments.
I can run some quality trains for you guys.
Right.
But yeah, Trainstorm says I think Lionel should have legacy HO, highly detailed engines with possible smoke units and a legacy system. You see, I don't think that they should incorporate the legacy system into HO, and this is my thinking, okay? I think that they should make HO engines, and I mean they have tried to in the past with the Challenger and the Turbine, and then their new line of Berkshires. But I think that it would not be too smart if they put legacy in their locomotives. I think that they should stick with DCS because that's what everybody has, it's what everybody uses, and if you go to legacy, that restricts you to only doing, you know, HO scale line or modeling in Lionel and HO scale. Which I mean, I know not every brand can produce every train around, and I know a lot of people would like to have different trains. And there are a lot of different good HO manufacturers. For example, like Broadway Limited. You know, I mean, I'm gonna say Bachman, but you know what I mean. You get the drift. And yeah, I don't think the Legacy would be a good idea. I think the smoke units would be a good idea though too. That would be a really good idea. But yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think I think that it would be really interesting if Lionel ventured more into the HO marketing. Yeah, I think it would be really cool. I mean, they've tried it before, like back using their Tyco or the Tyco stuff, you know. But they did do a lot of like, which I thought was really cool, like post-war, like miniaturized post-war cars. For example, like the helicopter car. I think they did an exploding box car, and minivan car. But yeah. I mean, it would be really cool to see Lionel try that again. You know, they don't really have the best, you know, I don't know how to put it, record with that kind of stuff. But yeah. I mean, it would be it'd be an interesting thing, you know. And yeah, I think hopefully this doesn't allow Lionel to just kind of do whatever they want now. Have another NPC era, if you know what I mean. But yeah, Nicholas Schnee says, or Trevor says that I think these train companies should try out some new locomotives no one makes, like the S-160. Yeah, I do think that they should do that. You know, and there are a lot of things that haven't been made in O scale. I mean, for example, I like Third Rail a lot because they make crazy stuff. For example, they made an O scale John Henry, you know, and I mean, I just find that so cool that they do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Yeah, Nicholas Schnee says, hold on, I'm gonna answer Trainstorm. He says, Trainstorm, Pure Market Production says, you guys make a good point. I knew they're releasing HO Mikados this year, which look pretty good detail-wise. Yeah, I've only seen one HO scale, one of Lionel's HO scale products from the newest stuff, and it was the Polar Express at their display booth. It looked pretty nice. I mean, it was pretty straightforward though. You know, it wasn't as nice as some of the really nice top of the line HO stuff. But I mean, it did have, you know, the Lion Chief remote that you could operate it with, and yeah, it was really nice, you know. But yeah, whoa, we got a lot of comments in the past second. I would get a kick if they made an HO scale Invicta. Yes, you would definitely get that, Trevor. Texas Trainmaster says, I don't have very many MTH catalogs. The most of catalogs I have is Lionel and K-Line. The oldest MTH catalogs I have are 1998 volumes 1 and 2. Oh, that's really cool. Bet you those engines are looking pretty old. But yeah, I mean, MTH is... I don't think we're going to see too much of MTH after that in 2021. You know, I think that they're done for. You know what I mean? But yeah. I like, Trainstorm says I'm gonna head out. See you guys later. I will see you, Trainstorm. I'm gonna give you a listen real quick. But yeah, see you around the roundhouse. But yeah, DB Tech says I like Third Rail or 3 Rail also. A lot of good accessories. That's true. LGL Rail Yard says, how can I be on your live stream? Well, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where we reach out to you. And yeah, I know my dad's got a long list of people that he wants to reach out to be on the stream. But like again, we don't do everybody on the stream. We don't do it every stream. So I mean, kind of takes a while to do that. But yeah, I'll let my dad know. Yeah. Texas Trainmaster says, forget the rest, Lionel is the best. Yeah, but I mean, the prices aren't the best, you know, I think we can all say. say that, you know. I was talking to Kyle from Missouri. He owns that really cool train, O-scale train line. He said that, I mean, it's really sad to see, you know, stuff going for $500 that Lionel has like $50 into, you know, which I think is kind of, I don't know. I mean, it's good on a business aspect if they're making that much money, and if you think about it, there's no way that they're going to lower their prices, because if more people get into the hobby, that means they're going to, you know, the demand is going to be higher, and yeah. It's going to be interesting, you know. Definitely do think that. But yeah. Brian Burns, welcome to the stream. Anyways, LGL Rails Yard says, what do you think of the Nickel Plate Express? Well, I was educated about that when Tim came over, 759 pulling a PFE train, so I thought that was really cool. DB Tech says, here comes a rainstorm in southeast Pennsylvania. Whoa. Well, that's, we've had a lot of rain in Illinois area in the past couple of weeks, but yeah, it's been pretty brutal, I shall say. But yeah, it's a lot of rain, let's just put it that way. But yeah, LGL Rail Yard says it looks beautiful here in southwestern Ohio. Well, that's good news. Yeah, it's been pretty cool. The weather's been okay, I should say. I mean, it hasn't been the best, but you know, hasn't been the worst. You know, we've had some rain here and there, and we've had some really nice days. But yeah, I mean, that's how it's been. Some water, high quality H2 to the O. Trevor's asking, so what trains are you running tonight? Well, I'm running the 844 right on the outside track, this track right here. And then I'm running the Sino 1521, which is on this track over here. But yeah. Pretty neat engines. I was running the Y3, or the Pennsylvania Y3 earlier, which is a really cool engine. And yeah, I might eventually switch out the 844 with the big boy. That'd be pretty cool. In fact, I'm going to do that now.
Cool. Well, we got people checking in from all over the country, which is kind of cool. That we've got people watching from around the country and around the world on the live stream. So, oh, look at that. George can give us thumbs down. How about that, huh? All right. Well,
What a jerk.
I hope everybody on here is enjoying our. Oh, you know what else who just showed up, George?
Yeah. All right.
Glad to have people tuning in from all over the United States, all around the world for that matter. In fact, people are saying that they're from Ohio. We have to make it out into Ohio sometime and see some people out there from Ohio. And also, Katrina Kitty Cat says she lives in New Hampshire. We were close by New Hampshire. We went out there to Providence a few years ago. Had a good time out there in Providence.
Yeah, we did. Really
Yep. So, had a good time for sure. We did some cool rail fanning out there too, didn't we, George?
Yeah, we did actually. We met some of my best friends in the train world out there, and still are some of my best friends. You know, they're really nice people, and
they're from the what was the name of the 4-H group? The Train Masters,
the Train
right?
Masters, New Jersey, Somerset County Train Masters.
Cool. We rode the Acela when we were out there too.
Yes, we did. First time.
Right on.
First and only time riding the Acela.
We're gonna have to make it back out there to ride the Acela.
The new.
Oh, look at that! We got 2 thumbs down now.
People are jerks, man.
Oh gosh. Hey, you're gonna pixelate it, George.
Well,
Sorry about that, everybody. Stick with us; it'll come back. Right on. So, what you putting on the big boy here to run, George?
Yeah. And I forget who was wanting to see it run at 60 scale miles. Maybe
Oh, get some speed on the big boy. Good stuff. LGL Rail Yard's asking if we like Thousand Islands Railway.
I've never heard of it.
Me neither. I like Thousand Island dressing. What if they're the same? All right, we're back with you. No more Minecraft, no more pixelization.
Uh-oh.
So, thanks for hanging in there with us. Getting back. So, what were you talking about when I was gone, George?
Lionel possibly doing the HO stuff.
Yeah.
Talked a lot about that. And somebody brought up. Sorry. Somebody brought up Lionel putting legacy into their stuff, and I said that probably wouldn't be a good idea just because MTH did that with their stuff, and that kind of just can't kick the can, you know.
Gotcha.
That only would restrict you to running legacy with your HO stuff. And I said that they should probably stick with DCC if they were to do that, just because, you know, it's what everybody uses. It's like, you know, if you use anything else in HO, you're the weird kid.
Right.
But, yeah.
Hey, you know who we didn't get on? We didn't get a whistle. Brian Burns. Give him a whistle on the big boy. All right. I just thought he'd get a special whistle from the big boy.
Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. We never introduced Tim's trains.
Oh yeah, get Tim's train one. Stuff. So Nicholas Schnee says I found a really cool MTHO scale train. What'd you find, Nicholas? Some cool ones out there. It was a good post-war auction over there at Scouts this weekend.
Really?
Yeah. Had a lot of neat post-war
I
stuff.
forget about Stout.
Yeah.
You know, every time I go on Stout, man, I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah. Anyways, beautiful day running trains.
Gotta like that. We're out at Prairie State today. Saw some neat stuff. You know what I saw out at Prairie State? I didn't have my. I was busy getting the train out of our ride-on train out of the trailer.
Windmill.
I did. So we were on the BNSF main line, and I see a CN train start coming through the BNSF main line, and it was a wind generator train. It had all of the wind generator, the blades from the propellers on the wind generator, and it was taking them through. So it was pretty cool to see all of that. Really cool, as a matter of fact. I wish I had it on tape because that would have been a good one to throw up on the for some rail fans.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You don't ever see those, you know?
No, for sure. I went from not having very much stuff to make videos out of to now I've got a lot of good stuff from the museum down there in St. Louis. Then we've got the Kyle's train layout that we saw this last weekend.
That was cool. Kyle's layout, man. That'll be a cool video.
Right. Well, it was neat. It was neat to talk to another. I was thinking of maybe trying to ask him to see if he'd want to come on the stream because I would love to talk with him about that. It was awkward. Unfortunately, it was kind of awkward with the coronavirus. We had to wear masks. So when it got to the point where we're trying to talk to him on the channel, it was hard to get good audio because people were wearing, everybody was wearing masks so that we didn't get each other sick.
Yeah. Maybe we can have him do a voice, and I don't know.
Yeah, but I'd really love to get him on the stream because I think it would be fun to get people to get to know him. He's a dynamic young man who's out there in St. Louis. Neat train collection, beautiful layout, beautiful layout.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. It's a really neat collection too, man. He's got a collection that I think people dream of. Like I don't know how he does it, but he has got some of the coolest scale trains ever.
Yeah, and so DB Tech saying wind generator train, is it transporting wind generators? I guess I should be a little bit more clear on that. And so what it was a regular train, and it was pulling flat cars with the blades for wind generators, huge blades on the train for the wind generator. And it was interesting because it was a long train, but it was only pulled by one engine, and it was a CN engine on the BNSF line. So,
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So LGL Rail Yard was asking, what do you think of Microsoft Train Simulator's Pennsylvania Railroad Eastern Region?
I've only played Microsoft Train Simulator a couple of times, and each of those times was on the BNSF Mariah's passed, so I didn't really know. I don't have anything on it. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, see, Randall Ellison says we get those turbine trains on the Thayer subdivision. It was really interesting. They're really neat trains, aren't they, Randall?
They are.
So LJR Rails Yard says, do you like an E6 or an A5, George?
A5.
Going A5? That's a neat little engine. LJR Rail Yard says, I almost got a chance to see a CSX OCS train, but never passed by my area.
Oh, that sucks.
What's an OCS train? I'm a little bit slow on that, so fill me in there, LGL. Randall Ellison says, been getting a lot of Norfolk and Southern run through power too. Interesting. DB Tex is interesting. I've seen them on flatbed trucks across the state. Yeah. I was so bummed out that I wasn't in a position. And sometimes I try and put myself in a position with so that I can video the trains when they come through. When we're over there at the Prairie State Railroad. For those of you that don't know, the Prairie State Railroad's a club that George and I belong to that we go out usually probably a couple weekends a month and hang out there. We've got a 7.5-inch scale trains that we run out there at the park. It's about probably a half-mile long main line, maybe. That we run out there.
But yeah.
And it runs the Prairie State Railroad. This club that we belong to is right next to the BNSF main line. So it's really fun that we can run the trains and Railfan both at the same time. So we enjoy that. James Trains is back. Good to have you back. TV Tech says I had a short hobby of making wind generators. Oh, no kidding.
That's
small ones, really. Like model ones are actually ones that operated and worked. LGR Rail Yard says it's the CSX. Oh, speaking of the OCS trains, it's the CSX office car special train. The railroad executives ride that train. Oh, very cool.
nice.
Randall says, yeah, the wind turbine ones are cool. Sean's Train says after the big boy, probably going to get new track and get rid of my old Lionel track. What kind of track are you going to get, Sean? Some of that old Lionel track is still pretty good, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I use old Lionel track. I probably use some Lionel track for my grandpa's layout, if you think about it.
For sure. Hey, James Trains has got a new name for your the GF&W 4884.
What is it? Oh, the big man?
The big man! Big man! I like it, too!
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Texas Train Master says, I have a plan to collect one of every MTH and Lionel catalog ever made, and possibly as many trains as I can get. Very cool. Texas Train Master, I wish that you lived closer because I've got a really, really cool, I forget what railroad it is, but it's a railroad map of Texas, of this railroad, probably from about the early 1900s. I've got it in my room. I don't know what to do with it. And if you were closer, I'd give it to you. So, yeah. Rest assured, I'm going to make sure something good happens to it. But if you were closer, I'd give it to you because I know you'd appreciate it. DB Tech says I made one with a 3-foot diameter propeller that charged a lawnmower or car batteries. DB Tech! That's really interesting, my man. Really interesting.
Yeah.
See ya.
Ain't that swell? You just love blown circuit breakers.
Came off and got a blown circuit breaker. But then the other thing, like I said, Tim, if you're still on the stream, do you recall what the name of the company is that's out there in Civis that does the reconstruction of trains and utilizes old parts, recycles old parts from those trains? We were out there, and there were some pretty neat things that we saw. But I don't know if I'm going to put together a video on that one, just because we didn't really want to, when we were out there, we didn't want to trespass. We kept our distance from the trains, but there were so many in there. We were thinking that we might try and write the company and go back there and and actually go on their property with permission rather than do like we did. We didn't go onto the property. We just kind of went around the property and took some pictures. And we definitely don't want to get in that gray area where people who are train fanatics get in trouble by going into areas when they should have. Let's see here. Hardcore MLH is auction off on here on eBay. That might not be a bad thing to do, is to use that as a giveaway. The only reason why I brought up Texas Train Master because I know it's something that he'd appreciate. Texas Train Master, that's very nice of you. I tell you what, I'll give you my address on Discord and you can mail it to me. It's best not to travel right now with everything going on. Oh, you're right, Texas, but the problem is I don't know how I'd get it to you because I've got it all framed up and everything like that. So it wouldn't be that easy to just package up and mail out. Maybe one day we'll be able to get it through here. Mr. James Conductor says he's from up here from Crystal Lake. We were talking a little bit about him coming up to Illinois. Maybe if he ever does make it up here, I can give you a little, or I can give it to him to pass along. It must have hit one of those
station.
Right. UP 1995 rail fans here. And he's chiming in about Civis. It's the NRE.
Oh, National Railway Equipment, or NREX. Right?
Yes. Thank you, UP 1995 rail fan. LGL Rail Yard says, can you read my last comment? And it's still up here, so you're in luck. It says, it just went off. Come on. Says, do you like Rocky Railroad animations? The really creepy conductor? No idea what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Upstate New York Rail Fan Productions says, anyways, great loud. Gonna have to get off now. Have a great night. Well, hey, thanks for coming by and hanging out with us for a little while. Good to see you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And have a great night. So James Train says the big man picture is on Discord as well as some guy spamming chunk. Oh no. I hope that somebody's not. I'm going to have to go back on there. Matthew Garson's back. Atta boy. Checking out the...
Oh yeah, that's the picture.
Well, that's cool.
That's the one they created us. Oh, the course lift. There's the big man.
Very cool. Thanks, James Trains. Big man right up on there. LGL Rail Yard is wondering if we know any rail fans from Ohio. LeBron James? LeBron? I don't know. Actually, I don't. I kid. I don't know of any. At least not that I can think of. But I'd love to go. My sister just came back from Ohio. She said it was pretty cool out there. She went for a concert.
It's a social distance concert, right?
Right. She was out there and did a social distance concert. Never heard of anything until that.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know you could social distance at a concert.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for. Hey, look at that.
Matthew's back.
Matthew's back. We're back to not having any thumbs down, which is good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I tell you what, you get thumbs up, and it hurts when you see a thumbs down. It put a lot of time and work into doing this stuff, and I like to think that everybody likes it. It always kind of like is a gut punch when somebody gives you a thumbs down, isn't it, George?
Yeah, I just think of it this way. Whoever thumbs down, I just think that.
Yeah.
Just idiots,
I mean, I guess, yeah. My opinion, I like to think that we do good stuff here, but anyway, I appreciate the fact that if it was a thumbs down, it's now a thumbs up, and I appreciate everybody who's smashing that likes button for us.
Put it
That's
this
good.
way.
That's good.
It was
It
was a 1 to 40 ratio.
That's true, George. That's very true. Randall Ellison says, I tell you, the craziest train I saw was a combined vehicle and a manifest train. The thing was 2 miles long, and they were trying to run it with just 2 motors. Holy cow. That is...
Good luck with that.
Yeah. James Trains, George showed Wally he showed me that. That's great. I love it. Thank you for doing that. Sean's Train says, I'm getting the big boy down. to 740. $740. Very good. That seems like a deal. Good stuff. LJL Rail Yard says, do you like Richmond City Rail Fan? The YouTuber who does a Highland Valley series? Yeah, we do.
Yes, yes. I like his videos a lot, actually.
GFW?
Approved. Approved by GFW Trains.
So we saw another interesting one. I don't know if George saw it, but it was when George was out there. We were at Prairie State today, and it was, I'd never seen a train like this. Front of the train had 2 engines.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Front of the train had 2 engines. Train went through, and in the middle of the train, there were 4 engines. 4 engines in the middle of the train.
2 at the back, too.
And then train went through, and then there were 2 engines in the back.
I find it really...
And it was a long train.
I've never...
The 2 engines in the back weren't operating.
They weren't?
No, they were not.
Oh.
Go ahead, George.
But I thought it was really cool that all the engines in the middle were graffitied.
Oh, that's true. They
You
were.
never see anything like that.
Yeah, they had lots of big graffiti on there too.
Yeah.
I love. Here's my deal, and this is crazy, but I love train cars that are graffitied. I think that the graffiti on there kind of looks cool, but I hate when engines are graffitied. I don't know why that is.
I feel the same if it's like a train car that's graffiti. Like, I don't know. I think it'll eventually get repainted. You know,
But they don't get repainted right away.
I know, but I think it's cool because it's rare. You know?
Graffiti on an engine.
Yeah. You know, although it might cost the railroad a lot of money, you never see it. You know, but yeah.
Randall Ellison says, when I finally saw it, the train was at Diggins, Missouri, and had 4 units on the point. Wow, wow. Brian says, my M1 died, and I feel dead inside now. I'm sorry.
Which one, your Legacy or TMCC one? I know your TMCC one died, but...
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, Brian. Hopefully you'll be able to get that all fixed up, because I know you're a whiz at fixing trains. In fact, we had somebody come on with a question on how to fix something and told them to go to the Discord, and Brian's always a big help on having people fix up trains down there.
Yeah.
So LJR Rail Yard says, I really hate when people do graffiti on railroad cars and locomotives. I get that too. I get that. My mom doesn't like them. And I think the graffiti is kind of unique. I don't like the fact that they're kind of defacing something. But I think that the graffiti is kind of unique and pretty in its own way.
I mean, honestly, it's just part of railroading at this point.
But the end, well, I mean, they don't have to do it.
I know that, but I mean, it's just kind of like, you see a train, or you see a freight train pass, you see graffiti.
Right.
It's just like a no-brainer.
But I don't know what it is. It's like when they graffiti locomotives, it's just like. Oh,
I will find. How about this? I have a challenge for you guys. All right.
Oh.
Next live stream, I'm going to have you guys. Well, actually, I don't know how this is gonna work out. Okay, but I want you guys to find me a video on YouTube or a video that you took with the freight train that has no graffiti on it.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It can have it can be like a rust, rust and stuff like that. But it can have not, and it has to be freight train size. It can't be just like 1 or 2 cars.
No graffiti.
Yeah, and it can't be from a tourist railroad either. It has to be from a class 1 or like short line railroad. But it can't be like any museum like Strasbourg or IRM. Okay,
that's a tough one.
Well, it's a challenge.
All right.
Challenges can't be easy.
All right. If anybody's got that, that'd be good.
And I mean, if you don't have it, I mean, there's no prize, but still, if you see a train without graffiti, and it has to be video evidence, okay? Send it to me, or just post a title in the comments next stream, and we'll search it up, see it. All right.
Cool. Well, looks like Brian says he saw one today.
Nice.
Oh well, if you got a video of that, can go on the challenge. Let's see here. Getting back. Looks like we're pixelated. Dang it. Hopefully you can hear us though. Let's see. Randall Ellison says the crew was hauling to Springfield and was telling me about it. At least in terms of the weird manifest that he said before. And LGR Rail Yard says that railroads are getting really tight on security. It's interesting, like how many cars have that graffiti on it, isn't it, George?
Yeah, I think it's really, I think it's cool. I mean, it's just Gotta get used to it, It's never gonna go away.
Trevor says, "Oh, that's gonna be tough." That is. It is. I was thinking maybe one of them that ran through Yorkville wouldn't have any graffiti on it, but I think that those cars that run through Yorkville even have a lot of graffiti.
I think
on
the
it.
coolest graffiti that I haven't seen it personally, but a friend of mine sent me is a picture or a graffiti of Pickle Rick on a grand car. Yeah, you probably don't know what Pickle Rick is, but Pickle Rick's a TV show.
Oh yeah.
That a lot of people like, or it's from Rick and Morty, and there's a part where Rick turns into a pickle.
No,
yeah,
no.
it's a big meme. So. Yeah.
James Train says the prize is giving likes on videos. Well, we'll try and promote.
Yeah.
If you can get that, we'll try and promote it. We'll promote anybody that gives us a video of a train like that, whether you're able to find it or not. Katarina Kitty Cat says, I don't know what the weather is like where you're at, but where I live, we're getting a severe thunderstorm. So far, so good where we're at. We had a severe thunderstorm the other night. In fact, the train club that we belong to had a lot of trees fall down on the rails. We did a lot of cleaning up on that the railroad the last couple of days myself. There's another person that's on the stream tonight, Trevor, who belongs to the Prairie State Railroad, and from what I understand, he was out there running this weekend, and he did a lot of work fixing up the railroad too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, see, Matthew says, Pickle Rick!
So Randall, getting back to the train, says there was a TTX car that somebody graffitied Ren and Stimpy on it. Oh, I love it. I love it. No joke. DB Tech says that Katarina Kitty Cat sounds like the storm just passed through southeast Pennsylvania. Texas Train Manager says, I'm looking through an old MTH catalog I have. It's a 2003 Volume 1 MTH made Frisco F3 locomotives.
I didn't know that. I think we have a friend who's got them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
But Texas Trainmaster sure likes his Frisco, so got that one all squared away. LGL Rail Yard says in the first car of the train had graffiti on it. T. Klinger says I missed the train heading out of the yard in my town, and I wanted to film it, but was going the opposite direction we were. Trevor says, well, you guys take it easy. I've got some things to do. You guys have a good night. Hopefully we'll see you around the roundhouse. Trevor, thanks for checking in and watching the YouTube today, or our channel today. And I will see you at Prairie State hopefully soon. Or maybe we'll even see you out at White Creek if you're headed out there. I think we're actually going to do a stream from White Creek.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome. If we could do, we're going to do, I think, a live stream with our with the phone. We'll be out at White Creek.
Dang.
Well, we'll talk a bit more as we get closer.
Yeah.
Hardcore MRH says, I can see two trains from here with no graffiti. You're sitting beside them.
Oh, I think one of these cars is graffiti.
Oh, man. I think he's right.
Yeah,
Bam.
car's back there. But, yeah.
Brian Burns says, if I can't fix my M1, I can't sleep. Well, hopefully you'll get some sleep tonight. You get that fixed. James Train says, I turned myself into a pickle. I'm Pickle Rick.
That's the name. Grandpa says, do you approve of graffiti on a flex?
Boom. Thumbs down on the graffiti on the flex.
If it's flexing its muscles, then yes.
Yeah. James Train says, graffiti on the big boy. Oh my gosh, I would go nuts. Whenever I see graffiti on any locomotive that's in a museum, or anything in a museum, that makes my stomach turn a little bit. Like
Unless
when you go
it's
to,
like a railroad car that has something cool.
Right. But like if you go to like a stationary display, I saw the one that's out there in
yeah.
the FEF has graffiti on it. Man, oh gosh, it's in
Cheyenne.
No, it's the one that's in
St. Louis.
It's in Iowa. Council Bluff.
Yeah.
It's in Council Bluff.
Really?
It's got graffiti on it.
Indeed would.
I know, and that's sad.
I mean, that's like just wrong, you know.
Yep. It's just like, ugh. LGL Rail Yard saying, I'm hoping that one day I can do my very own meetup. I hope you do too. We try and make it out there if we could. D. Klinger says I'm up to 26 subs. I gained 3 off my new video of my SD60E.
Oh yeah, he did get a new engine. That's
Very cool, D. Klinger. Very cool. And check out D. Klinger's channel. He's just got that up, trying to get some really cool videos up there. He's and he does. So check out his channel. Everybody that's on here, give him a
thumbs up.
subscribe.
Or that too.
Right. D. Klinger has got some neat stuff, and I think that that's exactly what we need to do with the YouTube community around here, the model train YouTube community, and our slice of it here. Let's see here. James Train says Frisco 1501 had graffiti on it.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah.
James Train said, I didn't know my Legacy Cab 2 had a smoke unit. Didn't know American Flyer Transformers had smoke units either.
George found it. It's ozone smell. Ozone smell.
That's a really strong ozone smell.
For those of you that weren't here, George was doing a video with a MTH.
It was a live stream, I think.
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry, live stream, and we had MTH Frontiersman stat.
You mean American Flyer?
That's what American Flyer Frontiersman state. And he's like, oh yeah, I love the smell of that ozone. It smells so good. Next thing you know, it transformer goes up in smoke. Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was. I went out to get it in the morning too, and it's still smoking. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's toast.
I can't believe it's still smoking.
Yeah, it was. Luckily, it stopped as soon as I.
Oh, that's good. That's
started.
good.
Yeah, but yeah, it was catastrophic.
Yeah, well, Cab 2 having a smoke unit's not a good thing. Not a good thing, James. D. Klinger says, you guys think York will be canceled because Brian's dad said I can go with them. I'm going to be really mad if it gets canceled. I hope not either, because I think that we're going to try and make the trip out there. And we might even try and take the motorhome out there. And if we do, we're going to see if we can do a tailgate party out there.
So we can bring back all the trains.
Yep. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
So,
you sound like Uncle Bob right now.
oh my gosh, I sound like my brother. My voice is going out, believe it or not.
That's probably it. He's always yelling, so he's probably got that. Yeah.
So, Brian Burns says that his M1 sounds like an MPC locomotive. Ooh.
I was
Oh,
trying to that's not good. For an MPC locomotive it is, but not for a TMCC one.
James Train's asking about your phone cover and says,
Yes.
George, is that a Golf Ford GT?
Yeah, it is.
Sure is,
Got that
man.
for my birthday.
George, we're huge Ford GT fans here.
Yeah.
I love that number 6 Golf Ford GT. Won Le Mans. How many times?
Did too.
Twice.
Dopes.
Yep, there's lots of great stories. The Ford versus Ferrari story, the Ford GT, the 1967 year when Alex Gurney and Dan Gurney and AJ Foyt won in the Ford GT that was built in 100% in America, the first and only car still to win Le Mans that was built in the United States. And then the next 2 years, the Golf Ford GT came back and won 2 years in a row. An amazing run by the Ford GT back in the 60s.
Hey man, I don't dislike Chevy, but when Chevy people say that Ford sucks, just ask them how many Le Mans they've won.
For sure. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, I'm way behind on the stream. Oh.
No, you're not.
I think so. I lost the... It's doing good. Let's see here. Randall Ellison says, I saw BNSF Jivo at there, and someone tried to graffiti Nickelodeon on it, but they misspelled it, and it said Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon. Ooh, my gosh. D. Klinger says, Brian, I know what's wrong with the TMCC M1. You let me run it. Oh my gosh. James Train, Mimsies! James Train says, I love the 05 GT. Texas Train Master says, Frisco is a part of the BNSF because Santa Fe bought them out. James Train's agreeing with you and says the GT40 was awesome. Matthew Garza says, I love the Golf paint screens. I'm with you too, Matthew.
True. Even the Lionel, like Golf paint cars.
Oh, I know. I've always liked the brand Golf because of the paint schemes on those. That was one of those iconic paint schemes when I was growing up.
They had gas stations, right? They were,
Yep. James Train says, I really don't like the new ones. I'm thinking of the Ford GTs, but and it's because they put baby V6 in the back of the new ones. and saying that was a huge mistake. D. Klinger says, I like Ford trucks, but they have stupid aluminum frames and are really light and can't drive in the snow.
Never thought of that.
All right, this is a good one, George. LJL Terminal or LJL Rail Yards throwing an either or at you. Says, what would you rather have, George? Illinois Central or Illinois Terminal?
Illinois Central. That's a no-brainer.
Illinois Central. Who was the most famous engineer from the Illinois Central, George?
Kelly Jones.
All right, I was wondering if you'd catch that one.
Yeah.
I love Casey Jones. Isn't it weird to know that the Illinois Central had such a big presence in the South, like down by New Orleans?
I thought it was funny when Amateur Guy 365 considered it a Southern railroad.
Right.
You know, it's like, okay.
So, Randall Ellison's throwing in a little bit of railroad knowledge. As Texas Trainmaster, that Frisco was absorbed into the Burlington Northern Railroad in 1980. Burlington Northern would merge to the Santa Fe until 1995.
Dang, absorbed. I like that word, absorbed. But yeah.
So Brian Burns says, I think the TMCC M1 is mad because I replaced it with a new child. It all makes sense. I think that's.
Did I break when Anita was born?
Oh yeah, you cried a lot. Stop smoking. George stopped smoking when he was born.
Did my voice go out?
I think so.
Sound like an NPC?
Yeah, I mean, he did it. He sounded like an NPC engine. He stopped smoking and his voice went out.
Hey.
Well, listen, everybody. We are getting close to the end of our stream here. We've been on for about 2 hours. That's usually what we want. George and I missed out on dinner tonight, so we're
happy to eat pizza.
Cold
frozen pizza.
Cold pizza. Yep. But that's all right. That's all right because we had a good opportunity to hang out with a lot of friends today, huh?
Yeah.
For the first time in a long time. We'll be back on Tuesday 8 p.m. Central. And George may be up tomorrow just because he's got a buddy coming in.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and make something happen for.
Ooh.
I don't know what George thought I was going to do. Fast Friday.
I don't know why. I just like
Fast Friday. We're going to have to come up with a nice slate of racers. We had some racers up. I know that we've got a couple right over here waiting to go for our Fast Fridays. Bum. We have a battle of the
44 tonners.
The 44 ton switchers.
He's the out of scale 44 tonners.
Out of scale 44 tonners. We've got
the biggest 44.
Ooh, this is an East Coast West Coast battle here, George.
Dang.
Yep, East Coast West Coast battle.
NP. Ooh, Lehigh Valley.
Northern Pacific versus the Lehigh Valley.
Dang.
Look at that one. Whoa, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So, yeah, claim your spot, man. If you live in the East Coast,
yep.
try to go for Lehigh Valley. If you live in the West Coast,
yep. Let's see.
West Pacific's the way to go.
And the other one we've got is the Battle of the Snowplows.
So we got
the Canadian Pacific Snowplows.
Struts aren't gone on this one.
Oh. And we have got the Christmas Snowplow. That Battle of the Snowplows. Bum, 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 bum. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Battle of the Burro Cranes. We have the Santa Fe Burro Crane versus the Lionel operating Burro Crane post-war recreation. Dun, 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 dun. Texas Trainmaster, I dislike your lack of faith in me.
There goes the math.
Yeah. Texas Trainmaster, your lack of faith in me is disturbing. I'm going to be using that map as a fire starter for the fire tonight outside.
Oh, dang. It's going to be a Texas-sized fire.
Oh, my gosh.
You should do an M1 versus an SD70 Ace.
Ooh, M1 versus an SD70.
Somebody wants to send me an M1, yeah.
We'll do a SD70 Ace race.
Yeah.
We can race SD70 Aces. I think we should have the Burlington challenge, the Mopac.
Mopac doesn't run.
It runs, it's just the sound is low.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, or maybe we could have the Burlington versus Norfolk Southern.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We could do like a tournament.
And Tim's saying he's got to do train races with us the next time we visit. For sure, man.
Yeah.
For sure. Ryle J. Rail Yards checking out. We'll see you guys. Randall Ellison saying we'll see you guys. James Train says, my dad's a real jokester. He keeps saying, call George up and tell him that I want to go to Yorkville and be a part of the stream. Now, yes, that's cool, but, man, I don't need to. Let's see here. Brian Burns says we can race the UP and the Pennsylvania Railroad to show how overrated the UP is.
Yeah, we could race the S1 versus the big boy.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. That would be good. I don't remember seeing anybody at the any trains on the Pennsylvania Railroad main line today. Did you?
Gotta think about that one.
Yeah, I saw the UP main line. I saw the BNSF main line today. I even saw the CSX, but I didn't see any Pennsylvania trains today. How about you?
Dang, I heard that they went out of service a long time ago.
No,
They just
they're
ran
the
out of
state
money.
of the
I
world.
thought they ran out of money. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Let's see here, but that would be a good one to do a UP versus a Pennsylvania Railroad.
But with that,
right. So anyway, everybody, Hardcore MOH had a great idea about saying thank you after the stream, so that way you can go back and everybody can go back and check out your channels. That would be a great thing to do. But anyhow, we'll check out here. If you do me one last favor, anybody here who's here who hasn't done it already, if you could smash that like button, that would certainly appreciate that. It helps out with the stream and the algorithm, so people can see it again and again. I like that.
I think Brian just started the Civil War.
Brian!
Brian just started the Civil War, man.
GG1 versus the big boy. Bum, 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 bum. That is an idea of the century right there.
I think he just started a Civil War.
I love it. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining us today. We're going to have a great time. We'll be back on for sure on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. George might be on with his buddy Matthew tomorrow. Coming all the way out from Washington
State.
Yep. And if you don't know Matthew, we've talked about him from time to time. He's the young man who made George the caboose over here. Where is that caboose at? Over here somewhere.
It's on the screen. You can see it on the
Cool. And thank you guys all for joining us. Be good to each other, and we'll see you around the roundhouse.
Let's hit you on the way out.